Howdy y'all, welcome back to the Wright Brothers. It is great to be back here with you once again. Now y'all know the drill. Love Letters from the Left, Volume 5. We know that the hate never stops from the left-hand side of the aisle. We make it a point here at the Wright Brothers to actually poke fun at that which would otherwise be meant to drag us down. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Love Letters from the Left, Volume 5.
All right, guys, let's get right down to it. You know how we do. Our first one comes from our abortion. Is it a child or a choice video? And one of our choice comments from the left came from a gentleman whose username, let's just say it's spelled P-H-U-C-K. You can sound that out for yourself. Let's get into what he had to say. Okay, I hope you all take care of the children around the world in orphanages. It's a unintelligent bag of skin. People on the right want the baby born, but don't want to help take care of it. All of you. Overpopulation is a problem that is coming to a head. Why do we need more babies? This doesn't affect you at all. Gets raped. You aren't allowed to get rid of that baby. And all due respect to Mr. P-H-U-C-K, I think that the so-called bag of skin has a lot more intelligence in their little body than in your entire comment. That's all I have to say. Damani, what you got?
All right, moving right along. What a way to start it off. And remember, these are just the good ones. We have plenty more, but these are just the ones that are front and center for this episode. There's a lot more where this came from. So this next comment comes to us from the world of Instagram. This comes to us from a username. You know what? Usernames aren't even important. We're not even going to read the usernames. You can see for yourself on the screen. This individual took umbrage with a picture that I posted with a shirt that had a simple message with 3 words. It said, Americans before illegals. Should not be a controversial concept, but this person thought otherwise. This individual says, Jesus teaches us to love one another. Family is unconditional love. Texas is about Southern hospitality. All lives matter, which means all lives matter, regardless of immigration status. MAGA supporters at a Trump rally come from families who would have lynched you not so long ago. Brother, please, you stand for Hippocrates wearing that shirt. It is not patriotism. You're fishing for attention. How does someone with all lives matter, Jesus and family in one line of my bio go on and wear Americans before illegal shirt? Whack, bro. Okay, so in case you didn't catch it, he brought up the name Hippocrates. Now, I know what he meant to say because I'm fluent. I speak fluent liberal. He meant to say hypocrite, but he used the word Hippocrates. And I actually pointed that out to him in my response on Instagram. But this goes to show the mental capabilities of a lot of the people who take umbrage with the things that we say. Eddie, take it away.
Well, yeah, that's a tough act to follow. Our next one also comes from the world of Instagram, however. It's fertile hunting ground for love letters from the left. There's a lot of material out there. This one was on one of our illegal immigration videos as well. And here's what they had to say. This is so stupid. You people, what do you mean, you people, by the way? But I digress. You people have no idea what immigrants have to go through to get at least a decadent life for their families and the ones they love. I believe she meant to say decent, but we press on. You don't have to struggle like they do. I have an illegal family member from Mexico, but he works harder than any of you will ever work because that's the kind of people that my people are. How would you feel if someone just suddenly took your mom or dad or brother or sister away and you weren't able to see them anymore because apparently they don't deserve to be here? Put yourself in other people's shoes before you start with all the BS. Well, needless to say, she already put herself in our shoes by saying that she already knows our work ethic. Damani, have you seen this individual around anywhere? Because I haven't noticed her over my shoulder when working long hours to support my family, but apparently her people work harder than anyone else, and she knows this sight unseen. It's a rare and wonderful thing, it must be.
I have never met this person in my life, but apparently they know more about our day-to-day lives than we do, so perhaps we should listen to them. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and not do that. Moving on. This next comment says as follows. This is talking about me. Definition of Uncle Tom. America is from Canada all the way to Argentina. But just so you know, he's talking about, geography and getting into semantics. We know that, the North American continent goes from one place to the other, but I digress. They got you saying, yes, master, left and right. Only because you wear a MAGA hat, don't make one of them. Remember that next time a cop pulls you over or someone mistreats you because of the color of your skin at the market, restaurant, etc. Horrible grammar aside.
Was that English?
Unfortunately, it was. It was a terrible butchering of the Queen's English. But this individual says that, okay, so remember that these people wearing a MAGA hat doesn't make you one of them. Okay, I wasn't wearing a MAGA hat to try to appear as something I am not. This is a free country. Last time I checked, I can do whatever I please. Then you to go on and say that, remember that these people aren't your kind or whatever. Look at the color of your skin at the supermarket or whatever. People are going to mistreat you. That shows how far people will go to rationalize their victimhood mentality. And I, for one, refuse to ascribe to it. Moving on.
Yes, moving on, but not moving away from the racism topic. That's one thing that we can always count on from the left. They usually are the first ones to bring up race, ethnicity, color of your skin, any sort of other immutable characteristic. That's going to be their go-to. And if we continue on with this comment here. This one is just random. I hate this. Black people are now traitors to their race. They can't and should not be allowed to support racism and bigotry like this. It's so sad to see how people like Martin Luther King Jr. fought for us against slavery and oppression, and now they're too brainwashed to see it. These are the people that's trying to enslave the black race again. Stop supporting Donald Trump and Republicans, spelled with K's. This is absolutely horribles. First of all, point of historical order, Martin Luther King Jr. did not fight against slavery. He came post-slavery. He fought for civil rights. Furthermore,
You're kidding.
It's an amazing thing what history will teach us if we pay attention. Furthermore, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., his most famous line was that he wanted people to treat his children or judge them by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. Forgive me if I'm missing it, but I didn't see any of that in our little diatribe here. And it seems to be missing the main tenet of what Dr. Martin Luther King was trying to drive home. It's a shame what identity politics does to one's historical recollection, is it not?
That it is. I agree. But unfortunately, people disagree with us. We press on, unperturbed. My next comment comes to us from the most oxymoronic username in the history of love letters from the left. This individual's username is Sense Insensibility. This is on Twitter. This individual says to me, meet Damien.
Who's Damien?
Damien, I have no idea, but apparently, yeah. Moving forward, Damien doesn't have much luck with the ladies, especially the pretty ones. So he resorts to schoolyard behavior and is mean to them, hoping that they'll see past his childishness and maybe let him hang out with the pretty girls. Bear in mind, this is a response to a political message that I put out on Twitter. And this individual, Sense and Sensibility, in case you forgot the username, said, I don't have much luck with the ladies, especially the pretty ones. How does that make any sense to anyone? I'm asking all of you out there. So if I don't have luck with the ladies, which is not true, why would I be mean to them in the hopes that they would let me hang out? I don't get it. Trey, you get that? Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?
All I've got to say is I'm coming up on my 8th wedding anniversary, so I've been off the market for a little while. Perhaps the dating game has changed in the interim. I have no idea, but I tended to be nice to the pretty girls that I wanted to hang out with, and it went pretty well because I ended up marrying one of them. So moving right along. The last one I have for tonight, because we really could go on all day, all night, ad nauseum with love letters from the left, but we have to come to an end at some point. So here's my last one for this episode. This one was on one of our videos. It really doesn't matter which, because there's zero context to be gleaned from it. It starts off thusly. Let me guess. Faux Fuse, which I assume is a play on Fox News. Han-nutty / fake. Sean Hannity, I'm assuming, being fake. I don't think we've ever invoked the name of Sean Hannity on this channel, but moving on.
We have not.
Quotes Judge Janine. Okay. He asked the question. I'm not sure why, but we press on. Dirty Donnie's Trump dollars. It's dirty spelled with a U. Stay with me, all. This one was a struggle to read. It's going to be a struggle to get through, but we will make it. We're about halfway through. The only other possibility is that maybe your mamas, plural, dropped you on your heads when you was little.
The tried and true dropped you on the head insult. I've never heard that one before.
I just want to know who's the other mama in this scenario. Last I checked, Damani and I have the same one singular mother, and maybe Randall has two. I'm not sure, but one was good enough for us, and thank God for her. She's the best.
Wow. Just when you think you've reached the far reaches and you can't go any further, someone raises the bar. And that leads me to my final love letter for this volume 5. This comes to us from the world of Instagram direct messages, unfortunately. And we all know that those are the most wild places out there for social media. But this individual actually took several swipes at me. We're going to read through all of them together, so bear with me. His retort, if you can call it that, begins as such. Keep licking boots and being a token for the white man. F***ing loser. Crying, laughing emoji, and the peace emoji. Token boy. No, he wasn't done, in case you thought. I'm half black, you idiot. You think I'm racist towards my own kind? LMAO Republican logic. So this guy just got done hurling racial epithets my way and then admitted to being half black. But then he said, oh, I can't be racist. I guess that's the half black part he was playing on for this part of it. Anyway, we're not even done yet. We're only halfway through. He continues. LMAO. Republican logic. This must be his refrain. Go to a decent college, you moron. Get a decent education. NVM, meaning never mind. Don't do any of they.
Come again?
I know he meant to say that, but it's just so funny. It's so easy. He continues. Keep being a token to please Daddy Trump. F***ing loser. Crying, laughing emoji. We're almost done. One more. Hang in there. Hopefully one day, you morons realize you're on the wrong side of history and you all blow your own heads off. Math
seems a little melodramatic. Just a touch.
Mass suicide of Blexit party. That would make America great. So there's not much you can, there's so many ways you can go with this. All I really want to say is the first thing you want to do when you want to insult someone is at least come across as someone who has valid ideological points, because hurling the same insults is not going to have any effect and it just makes you look really, really stupid. But if I will entertain anyone who feels the need to jump into my direct messages, but spare yourself the embarrassment next time. Eddie, move it forward.
Well, yeah, after all that calumny from the left, I think it's time to grab that spotlight, wrench it away from the depravity on one side, and bring it over to some more pleasant vibes. Well, this is our spotlight on the right section. And this is my favorite part of these videos now, because we've said this before, we have to really comb through a lot of the messages that we get in order to find the negative ones. They pile up after a while, but it's not like they are the entirety of the communication that we receive, and we thank all of y'all in the tribe for that. The person that we want to highlight today is someone who's been with us from Jump Street. She is amazing. Check her out on her social media if you have not. Crystal Kimberling. She says, once again, y'all make me proud. You always back up your thoughts and opinions with facts and stats, and you always remain consistent. All lives matter. Black lives matter, no matter who has taken their life or how. It's heartbreaking that it seems those who have the brightest futures seem to be taken from us and then forgotten or dismissed. That is a tragedy that weighs on my heart. They matter. Obviously, she put this on our abortion video, and Crystal, that was so well said. We heartily agree. Thank you so much for your support, but thank you even more so for assisting us in getting these messages, these important messages out there online. That the only thing that we need to be able to do as people on the right side of the aisle and the right side of history is be willing to have that conversation. But you can't have a conversation if you are silent. And Crystal is one of those who has never been silent, and the social media space is a much more wonderful place for it. So thank you so much, Crystal. Damani, I think you have one as well.
Yep, and another ardent supporter of ours who's been there from the very beginning. This comment comes to us from Kara Thomas in response to our Jussie Smollett liberal privilege video. She says, excellent information. Thank you for taking the time to do the background research. I agree that laws should apply to all. People with more money shouldn't get a break because they can pay their way out of charges. Remember the affluenza teen? He should still be in jail. Keep speaking the truth. You're doing great with the editing too. Whoop. And for those of you who don't know, that's a common refrain for anyone who went to Texas A&M University. So, Kara, we do appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Not just you, but everyone out there in the tribe who has left a comment. My brother and I, we read each and every one.
Yep.
We do our best to make sure that we engage with y'all and add that personal touch. And as far as editing is concerned, Kara, thank you for that as well. I've actually invested over 1,000 hours over this last period of time since we started our channel to edit all these videos, and it's given me nothing but joy to do so. With that being said, we do have to make a segue and say this is our 1 year anniversary. Actually 1 year yesterday. We launched our very first video, and we are so thankful for those of you who have stood by us and grown with us as we go into the future. So we appreciate y'all. For those of you who want to engage with us on an even deeper level, please check out our Facebook page, The Wright Brothers IPID. For those of you who feel inclined to support us financially through Patreon, please feel free to support us by searching for The Wright Brothers. We appreciate those of you who've already taken upon yourself to support us in this fashion. Also, don't forget to check out our affiliate channels over there. We have several other channels who are putting out great conservative content. Please feel free to engage with them as well. We love pushing people to others who also will continue to push that message forward. And if you haven't already, if you did like this video, please feel free to press that subscribe button, join our community, join the 4,300 strong so far. Every one of you who does that and touches that bell as well helps us truly reinforce the message. Identity politics is dead. But if you like the video, smash that like button, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. So without further ado, thanks and gig 'em.
Thanks and gig 'em.
The first revolution is when you change your mind about how you look at things and see that there might be another way to look at it that you have not been shown. The revolution will not be televised, and be no rerun, brothers and sisters. The revolution will be live.